too high. We're too high. We're too high. Hang on, guys. Live streaming is an experiment. Yeah, turn that off. Okay. Well,
So one of the viewers is us.
one of the viewers is definitely us. Oh, there's Dang Roll.
Hey, Dang Roll.
Hey, Dang Roll. Okay. Is it still too high?
You know something about a dong roll.
Dang it, Roll. Hang on, Daddy.
It's really helpful to see
Ourselves there.
ourselves there.
Oh, wait.
And
Scoot
to
over.
just see ourselves.
Scoot over. You can see the wall. Oh! Live.
We're cam girls now.
We're cam girls, yeah. Ooh, do you like what you see, Daddy?
Do you like what you see, Mommy?
Why's your mommy on here, too?
My parents are still together.
Oh, they're very supportive of your camming.
What about you? Are your parents still together?
Yeah, but they're very unhappy.
Oh.
Okay, so this is our first live stream. This is something that we are going to be doing monthly. Now, we're not using our fancy camera because we couldn't figure it out. So we're using a, what would you call this? Motorola
A
Razr?
high-tech TV the size of the card of a stack of card decks.
Stack of carded decks.
A stack of
So
carded decks.
if you're noticing, this is why we edit all of our shows. We're much funnier once edited.
It's hard to speak.
Yeah. So we just want to first of all thank everyone who is a messy queen. That is $10 a month.
Wow.
That could go to feed a child in need, and instead you give it to us.
Or you can give it to an overrated white gay on OnlyFans, which a lot of people do.
Well, they're kind of doing that with me. You have the spirit of a white gay.
Oh,
Yeah.
white gay rising
Yep, exactly.
in the world of horoscopes.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we were inundated with questions. So many messy queen questions. They needed to know. So you can feel free to ask them in the chat, but we also have some prepared so that we'll have some talking points, you know. So, Chan,
Yes.
would you like to begin?
Yeah, you know what? We were talking about rising and falling action. I want to know your horoscope. I know I don't know if you're into horoscopes or.
I'm not because of Christianity, but I'll answer.
Okay.
I was born in the year of the rat, 1984. I think that says a lot. And I'm a Leo.
The Chinese zodiac, a rat,
I'm a rat.
and I don't know what religion. It's just the stars.
What?
The
There's religions involved?
for the zodiac.
Yeah.
I bet there's like different.
Mm.
I bet it's different regionally, but you're a Leo.
I'm a Leo, which means I'm like the worst.
No, you think yourself as the worst.
Scorpios are the worst.
Okay, we have opinions.
Oh. Okay, so we should say manning the computer, and by that I mean she's just drinking wine in front of a computer. Alexis P. Bevels. So she will be reading your comments.
Hi guys.
Hi, guys.
Did you say Manning?
Manning.
Like
yeah.
Eli.
Yeah, that's a man. Yeah, I'm a Leo. Is that
Do you know your other
interesting?
houses?
What does that mean?
Like,
I'm a
like your
Slytherin.
rising. Oh, you're a Slytherin.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know your Myers-Briggs?
No, we tried this before, and I
okay.
said no.
You're a commander type.
You told me that I needed to go check it out, but I didn't.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what I just took? I just took a 23andMe test.
It turns out what?
You spit in a tube. It turns out I'm
You're
Latino.
100%. Oh,
No.
Okay.
100% that bitch.
mm-hmm.
100% that part.
That part.
That part. No, it said I was 75% Southeast Asian. They said maybe Cambodian. I was like, you're probably right.
You don't know? Okay, I have a question for you.
Well, bring it on.
Where are you from? No.
Texas.
Where are you from?
Oh, Houston, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Where are your people from?
Where are your people from? Where are your people
I have 25%
Oh, do we have a question?
Chinese. What?
We don't have a question, but Kim West says, I met the Boulay brothers on Halloween and couldn't take them seriously because they kept imagining Chan's voice.
We did it. We ruined the Boulay brothers for you.
Your influence.
You did it.
Do we have to take anyone seriously?
No, not in this economy.
No.
Okay, I have a real question for you.
Yeah.
What is the best present you have ever received?
Oh my God.
And it can't be something like friendship or love. That's bullshit.
You know what?
Money.
You want me to materialize this answer? Okay. So the best gift I've ever received, I remember it. It was a week before Christmas, and my parents gave us a little teaser. I don't remember what year it was, but it was the year the PlayStation 2 came out.
Okay.
I got the PlayStation 2, and me and my brothers were jumping with joy. We were screaming, crying, embracing each other. We've never been so intimate. So we love a little PlayStation 2. We play games.
That's cute.
Connecting with the brother.
That was very materialistic.
Yeah.
I was hoping for something a little more heartwarming, but no, that was very materialistic.
Yeah. You
We
expected
got-
me to do something? Huh?
Well, I'm older, so I remember when N64 came out, and for our birthday, because I'm a twin, that was like our big birthday joint gift. However, we got it, but we got a picture of it because it was on layaway at Kmart, and my mom hadn't finished paying off the layaway, and she thought she'd be able to do it before our birthday, but she wasn't able to. So for our birthday, we unwrapped a picture of an N64, and then we went to Kmart to visit it.
You visited.
Yeah. So we went to Kmart, and like, she was really good about distracting us. She's like, let's go to Kmart, and like, while we're paying this off, start looking at games, and like, look at all these different controllers. So like, we actually had a great time just like looking at what we could have, and that was it.
That's all it is to be a mother, huh?
Yeah.
Putting up a little show for your kids.
We were dumb.
As
We
all
should
children
have asked.
are.
We should have asked for like a physical present.
Yeah.
But I think that's sweet.
They, so that wasn't your favorite gift.
No.
What was your favorite
My
gift?
favorite gift? Oh, friendship and love. Oh, you want to do?
Bullshit.
Okay.
No one,
No
no one's being honest.
You know what gifts I hated? Sorry,
Let's
that's
start
not-
there.
Yeah, let's start. I need something I understand, like hate.
Let's start with that.
My Uncle Brenda.
Oh my goodness.
She had a very masculine haircut. My Aunt Brenda, she every Christmas gave me National Geographic Kids subscriptions. And I think it was because I was always really good in science, so she thought that's what I would like. But my brother always got a toy, my sister always got a doll, and then I always got a picture of a magazine that I would be receiving in the mail.
You keep receiving pictures of things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They keep thinking that this is working.
Oh, yeah. Curtis does it all the time. Curtis's family, the Jacksons, I love them, but they're very late gift givers. And so they will send pictures of, like, because Curtis wanted, like, a crock pot or something. And they'll send a picture of it and be like, here's a coupon for one free crock pot. And then you have to go buy it.
What?
Yeah. They do that all the time.
A coupon for a crock pot.
That's
and
what
he
they'll
has to buy
do.
it?
Well, no, like he can use their credit card to buy it. Like, so instead of buying it, they just like give them that stuff. I don't know. Oh, Lee Dawson said something.
Leroy.
What did she say?
This sounds like how Silky's performances look. Hi, divas.
Oh, is the sound
is
really
her
bad?
audio bad?
Will you turn it on? Oh, it is kind of.
Oh, you know what? Here, pull this skin off the.
Oh,
Oh, don't look at it.
can we just turn this off?
Is it on?
Is this bad?
Stop looking. No one look.
Is this good or bad?
You know what? Just rip this out.
That's better, right? Or no? This is better. Right? This is a
Two old
fucking
ladies.
nightmare. Ugh, aren't you glad you paid $10 a month for this?
Look, we don't have to give this to them. If they're being
There.
nosy and picky. But look what happens when I let go.
Okay.
Hi, sweet.
Oh,
Okay.
we can see your homegirl.
Wow. Okay, now try it. What do we sound like now?
Getting a delay.
Oh, so much
No.
worse.
Okay, hold on, everyone.
Okay, put us all the way back on.
No, it's better without the fuzz.
Okay. This is all your fault.
I know.
I'm kidding.
There we go. That's great. Leave it right here.
I got there's 7 people wanking off to this right now. 8 people.
Okay, do you want to be hearing the comments or just questions?
I want to hear it all.
Okay, great.
I only want to hear the positive things.
Men in my community checking in. Good to see you and good to hear you, Alexis. That's from Kristen.
Oh,
I'm in a
Kristen.
Oh,
And then Dang Roll said, said, I'm here to feed the dog.
Oh, well, thank you. She does need a lot of food.
I already ate today.
Okay. Well, we're sorry if the audio sucks, but, you know, Jesus. What were we talking
Is
about?
that the answer?
Oh,
your favorite gift.
worse than favorite. So, anyway, National Geographic. Don't give a magazine subscription to a child, okay? But if you would like to give a magazine subscription to anyone, I love Reader's Digest, and I just ran out. So if you want to renew my subscription, you let me know. I love Reader's Digest. It's a little, like, conservative, Christian, Republican, so I do have to, like, skim some things. But, oh, I love Humor in Uniform. I love All in a Day's Work. They're little, like, snippets of people's lives. They're very fun.
I gotta read it.
Yeah, I've got like 20 issues about the toilet.
Okay, okay.
Go for it. My toilet's not in the room. You can't see it.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
Wait. Can I talk about when I learned how to count?
Mm-hmm.
So, I was just looking through this beautiful magazine. I don't remember what magazine it was. I think it was, I don't know, some Vogue magazine that my mom had. And I noticed in the corner, like, these numbers, and I was like, what do these numbers mean? And my grandma was like, well, that's 1, and then that's 2, and that's 3. I was like, well, what does it mean? And she's like, look, they're in order. And I, like, learned what counting was just by, like, studying the corner of the magazine. Yeah, that memory is, like, in my, it's burned in my head.
Those are, like, things that, like, can you check the sound again? I'm really concerned about it. That's good. That's the best it's gonna get. That's the best it's gonna get. When I was in like kindergarten or first grade, my mom had picked me up from school, and I remember exactly where we were, like what corner we were, and it wasn't like a normal corner we would see every day. I forget where we were going, but I remember there was like the Germantown Presbyterian Church on the right, and then to the left was like this like horse stable. And I told her at school that I was embarrassed because I couldn't remember what was left and what was right. Oh. And so my mom goes, the church is on the right, the horses are on the left. So even to this day, when I think of left or right, I see a church and I see horses.
Your sense of direction, led by God and horse.
And horse.
My goodness.
I have 2 comments. I have 3 comments, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to go out of order. First, Lee says audio is fine. Didn't mean to worry you.
Oh, you fucking
you
wanker.
You did, Lee. Those 2.5 minutes are you.
And then Daniel says, I know y'all are murderinos. Do you have any hometowns to share?
Oh, no, you're not a murderino. Do you know what that is?
Murder, She Wrote fan?
No, it's My Favorite Murder. It's a podcast. Alexis and I are major fans.
Okay. Well, this one's for you.
So basically what they do is, well, no, you could definitely participate. So basically, when they have live shows, or like once a week on shorter episodes, people will send in their hometown murders. So like murders from their hometown that they like to talk about.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah. Do you have a hometown murder?
Well, yeah. Do you know who Andrea Yates is?
Yes.
She individually drowned her children, starting with the youngest to the oldest in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Did she call the cops?
Yeah, she called the cops after she did it.
Yeah, she said she drowned all of her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, those are hard 911.
And that God asked her to do it.
Yeah, well, that I believe. That makes sense to me.
He's like, you know what, give me them kids back.
That's what God did to Abraham. He asked him to sacrifice his son Isaac. You know what he did?
Drown him in the bathtub.
No, he took him up to a mountain to sacrifice him. And then God was like, JK, LOL, you were really going to do it. I can't believe it. And it said, don't do it. You're crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He
God.
said he was testing him, and he was
What?
like ready to do it.
I hate that. I
Isn't
thought,
that
oh,
nice?
well, I was just testing you. Bitch, you told me to throw my kid off a mountain.
Can I say that I think God, if you really take a step back, for an all-powerful being, is a very insecure person. Like, truly,
Uh-oh.
if those qualities were in a regular human, we would say, seek treatment. Like, he's asking people to kill their children for him, and then being like, JK, I just want to see if you would do it. He, like, demands that you worship him weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you imagine?
An incredibly flawed human being.
Do you know what I learned recently too?
What?
You're supposed to, at church, you know, when you give money,
Tithe.
you're supposed to tithe 10% of your whole earnings.
You just learned that?
Yeah, I don't go to church.
Oh.
You're supposed to give 10% of your whole
Yeah.
earnings to
So
God.
you just learned that too, yeah.
Yeah, I used to
What?
do that. Yeah,
Before
We already do 20 to the government.
yeah,
Why
10
don't we
to,
10 to
10
God?
I'm gonna raise my arm when there's a new comment.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I want to tell my hometown.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, but this is quick.
okay.
Messy Queen Micah Bacon here just wants to know about his rewards. They want his death prediction and impression.
Oh, fuck, yes. So, if you're a messy queen, some of you have received messages, some of you have not, because we were not expecting this many people to actually want to be messy queens. We are still making the death predictions and the sugarcane and boulet impression videos, but really, we're on such a time crunch to get everything else done that we're only getting a few done each time we film. So we may have reached out to you and gotten your answers, but we promise they're coming. Thank you for your patience.
And Halloween was soup's busy.
Oh,
It really was.
awful.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Okay.
Okay, so quick hometown. So my hometown murder is actually the murder of my cat. Well, I'm going to tell you about it. So, when I was in high school, I was a junior in high school, and I desperately wanted a cat. I don't know why. We didn't have a cat growing up. I just wanted it.
Hello.
And so I thought it would give me my own thing, you know, like, because as a twin and as I had a sister that was close in age, everything was always a group thing. And I was like, I want a cat. I want a cat. So we got a cat, and I named her Judy Garland. And she was like probably too sick to go. Like, she was like 6 weeks old from the pound. I think she had fleas. Like, she didn't look the healthiest.
No.
But they gave her to us, so I was like, she's mine. So we put her under a laundry basket, like an overturned laundry basket, and put her in my room to, like, go to Walmart then and then go buy all the stuff. And it wasn't my birthday. It wasn't anything. It's just my dad agreed that I could have all of this stuff for no reason. So I was so excited. And we're in Walmart, and I remember I was buying, like, we were in, like, the CD singles, because CDs used to come in, like, singles.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and my dad picks up the phone, and he's like, what? And we have a cart full of cat stuff. And I was like, what? And he just goes, the cat's dead. And I was like, what? And then he just takes the cart and then just pushes it down the aisle and goes, I guess we don't need any of this shit. Yeah. I guess Dad had forgotten that we put the cat in the room, and he has this old man dad thing where he opens all the doors before we leave the house. So he opened the door, and the dog had bitten his head off and eaten it.
What?
To this day, we never found the head. So anyway, I cried and cried and cried. We got a new one the next day.
Put the dog down.
No, my dad ran over that dog. It lived,
good.
but she had
Revenge.
a steel leg that was half an inch shorter than the rest.
Jeez.
But yeah, and then we got another one the next day, and she just died at like 20 years old, like a month ago. Her name was Judy Garland, and she was not a happy cat.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Plot twist.
Isn't that crazy?
The dog bit the head off.
Shalexi?
What's wrong with that dog?
Dee Dee says, Dixie looks like the real-life version of Trixie. Living for it.
Oh.
Lee Dawson asks, what does God need money for?
What does God do?
Oh, the 10%. Well, it goes to the upkeep of the pastor's wife, because if she gets ugly, he'll stray.
Yeah.
And then the whole church is doomed.
Daniel says, I know these are these going to be archived for the Spank Bank?
Yes. Why
Oh,
is
I
your
got
phone on?
I got a new follower on
Put
Twitter.
it on vibrate.
Can sit on it.
Bite Size says this stream is so scary, LMAO.
You're not wrong.
What?
You're not wrong. Shalexi, do you have a hometown you want to share? You need to come get in front. Come sit.
Okay,
Well, I'll just like pop in the side.
Look at her. Come look at her.
Well, I'm gonna go get wine. So you
okay.
go. Don't hit it.
You sniffling off?
I'm constantly
You're good, you're good.
sniffling. I'm constantly sniffling, and I went to a wedding yesterday, so
Why are you in heels? You don't have to wear heels.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I don't really have a hometown. I do want to say that, okay, so I used to live in this nice, like, country club area called Walden, and I never knew the kid, but we went to the same high school. Like, I was leaving as he was coming in, and the year after I left college, his window was open, and he heard rustling in the curtains, and there was a bat in his room, and as he was, like, trying to get rid of it, it bit him. And he died from rabies. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like 2 houses down from me. And I never knew him.
But I didn't get it
it's
checked
so
or anything,
sad.
huh?
That's pretty common, right? Rabies deaths.
I imagine. I don't know. It was really sad. It's
Well,
sad to think
bats
about.
can bite you while you're sleeping and you never know.
That's like spiders crawling in your mouth
Yeah.
or whatever.
Ew.
Yeah.
Anyway, hi guys. Thank you.
Bats are just, that's horrifying.
Bats
Oh,
are
God.
horrifying.
They're little rats with wings, that's what they are.
I knew a kid when I was in high school who was at a sleepover, and he, yeah, there's like one person watching. It's fine. It was at a sleepover, and he ran home to get like Mario Kart or something at like 3 in the morning in like a neighborhood, and a drunk driver pinned him up against a fence. And he died.
Jesus.
He was in like 9th grade.
Okay, I do have 2 questions actually are for me. Lee says, does Alexis have a pet? And then Dangroll says, what does the P stand for today? And I'm here to tell you that I can answer those at the same.
Oh, sure.
I do have a pet. Hi, and the P stands for Prince Charles, because that is the pet's name. He goes by Chuck for short, and he's retired. He lives in Florida with my parents. They're also retired.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just living the good life. He's eating, like, grapes, is that right?
Are you sick?
Can dogs eat grapes? I'm hungover.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm hungover. We just had Halloween, and I went to a wedding yesterday, so I've been drinking nonstop. I think I need to stop. Anyway, Prince Charles, yeah, he's really cute. Oh, I'll show you a picture later.
He's been to my house once, and he peed immediately. Just want to put that out there.
Prince Charles. His first name's Prince.
Well, okay, so he's from this place called Pocket Puppies, where they
Yeah,
sell
they
like
definitely kill dogs.
they sell like little baby puppies, and they used to call him Brett, short for Brett Michaels, and they put a bandana around his head. But I didn't like it, but he was like responding to like the one name quick. So I called him Chuck because my favorite show at the time was Pushing Daisies. You've never seen Pushing Daisies?
Of course, Lee Pace.
Yeah,
I saw him in Central
Yeah,
Park, or
Lee-
Washington
Charlotte.
Square Park.
Yeah.
Lee Pace. Come on.
Have you watched?
Yeah, Lee Pace.
Anyway.
You don't know who Lee Pace is?
Yeah, he's on Pushing Daisies.
So hot. He's gay. He's like 6'5".
I don't know.
Oh, look him up.
6'5".
Look him up. Leapfrog is his Instagram. LEEP frog.
He is, what, 6'3"?
5. I thought it was 6'4" or 6'5". Like
Yeah.
he's an insanely tall
He's
person.
insanely tall.
He's so hot.
Yeah.
He may be too artistic though. He may be one of those people that's just always kind of dirty. I don't like that. All right. So we've done that. Yeah.
Don't ask questions.
Oh, my pussy's wet.
Yeah. He's so hot. Have you seen him on the boat? There's one of him on the boat. Hang on. With his thighs out. There.
Ooh.
Oh, let me see.
That's a dad. Put it up to, put my phone up to that. Y'all see it, right?
Oh my. It's so good.
I bet his balls smell musty.
Oh, you know they do. They smell
Look
like
at
fart.
that. Well, you could see it.
Ask questions if you have them. All right, you had some funny question. What was your question that you were going to ask?
So, y'all sing,
Mm-hmm.
y'all act, y'all dance, y'all are classically trained. What's a role you played? Your favorite role in a musical?
Thank you for asking.
Yes, Dawn.
Oh gosh. I mean, I would have to say Sleepy in Snow White and the Seven Drag Queens. It's a true dream.
Oh, yeah.
No, my favorite role I ever played, it was in high school, which is, like, pathetic, but I was in 9th grade, and I hadn't gone through puberty yet, and I played Hero, like, the main love interest in A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was, like, this little tiny prepubescent boy who sang everything in a high soprano. And I thought I was, like, incredible. And every year, the musical, we would put on the first act for the entire school. They would, like, close school for the day. Like, everyone only had to come and, like, see the musical. And then it was, like, a free study hall the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, like, a big deal. And I, like, sang my big number. And I was like, this is amazing. I found out years later I was cast because I had a good singing voice, but also the director thought it would be funny if Hero had yet to go through puberty. Like, he thought it was funny that I sang like a girl.
You didn't know at the time what they were
No, at the time I was like,
you were like, I'm
this
a star.
is brilliant, I'm a
Right.
star. Yeah, didn't happen.
They conned you a little
Yeah,
bit.
they did. My question for you, because I know that you should be in plays, but you're not, because you have the talent.
Oh, what role would I?
Yeah.
Is that You know what?
You are talented.
Let me be Mame.
Okay.
Let me be Mame.
You know what? I'll let you be Auntie-Mame. I'm not gonna let you be Mame.
Let me be Auntie Mame.
Yeah,
Let me be
Auntie-Mame,
Rosalind Russell.
Rosalind Russell. You're not an Angela Lansbury. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank God.
She's-
I mean, good for her.
She was incredible.
I mean, she was incredible, but I want to be Rosalind Russell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
I love that for you.
Can you give us a little spoiler of your thoughts on the girl group episode of RuPaul's Drag Race? Hey.
Well, actually,
Oh.
we are going to film that right after this.
Excellent.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and give our opinion. Ma'am, I feel like I do a lot of talking.
Well, my opinion on it was was apparent that the show doesn't have a budget for the girls
Mm-hmm.
because they were wearing, you know, your run-of-the-mill, it's a midnight show at the bar.
Yeah, when they
We're doing a
put
lip sync
together their
contest.
looks and they were in like black panties. I was like,
Yup.
okay.
Okay.
I will say, I loved the track itself. It might have been the best song that has ever been written for the show. Like, I've listened to it since I've watched the episode. I listened to it today.
The
Bag
Bag
of
of Chips.
Destroyers one. Bag of Chips is a great singer.
That's my opinion.
A really good
She's
singer.
an entertainer doll.
I thought Blue did great, even though she's not really a singer. I thought she was really entertaining. I thought Davina obviously is an incredible singer
Mm-hmm.
and personality.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, the other group is a major bust for me, but yeah, I was really happy with everything.
Yeah.
I did see somebody flex super hard on Twitter, and I am going to have to say no thank you.
Who? What?
Someone said, I don't know who it was, but they said that it was the best episode of any Drag Race ever.
Well,
And I was
back up
like,
because you have not seen Drag Race All-Star Season 2. They have the best
Season 2 and
That was
Season
the best.
3 were so strong. Those were fun to watch.
All-Star Season. Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for All Stars 5.
Same. I'm ready for Shay to win.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Shay is going to excel and soar, and we know that, which is exciting as a Chicago person. However, All Stars for me, it gives me Drag Race without the like constant producer interference. And I know that there's still interference in All Stars. Don't get me wrong. Obviously there is, but there's something about these girls are already successful.
They're already entertaining to watch.
Yeah, the stakes are lower, and so it just seems like, yeah, the producers meddled, but they're all gonna be fine.
Hot take. You ready for this?
Uh-oh.
And you'll only get this on the live. I think the show's going down because they're casting a lot of disposable queens. Queens who their intentions are to get on the show as opposed to just create really fun art. And instead of finding gems in places where they're just like amazing entertainers and they have like a brand that can survive on their own, they're casting like run-of-the-mill ordinary queens.
Do you have any names? No, don't name names.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah, that's a really good point, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Disposable queens, like, okay, let's make a lot of money out of you real quick and then we'll dump you out.
I saw somebody on Reddit talking about us, talking about IMHO in a positive way, not the UK Reddit part. That they hated
that part.
But that part. But they were all saying how they wanted to see. Most of them wanted to see you on the show, but every now and then they throw my name in. And then a couple people said, "I love Dixie. I think she's hilarious, but like, her drag is not up to the same level. She's not like a creative drag queen." And I have to say, you're not wrong. I'm not like the most creative drag queen when it comes to looks. However, I think I have a brand. I think my humor, I think I could survive it.
Oh, girl, yeah. You'd at least make it to Snatch Game.
I'd make it to Snatch Game. I'd leave immediately because I can't do impressions. But I'd make it that far.
No, you probably do a really good Diane Sawyer or something.
Ooh, I could do Diane Sawyer.
Do Diane Sawyer.
Let me think about it.
Any demure white woman.
Oh, you know how well those read on Snatch Game. Ooh, what?
Do they read?
We got some comments. We got Dee Dee says, I mean, Chan is just saying what we're all thinking.
Hello.
Dang Roll says, I just got my $10 worth. Thanks, Chan.
Ooh.
And Bite Size 0801 says, Tivana. Also, Paul says, would y'all ever consider giving Alexis an extra minute for her intern minute?
If you actually go back and watch the episode, she gets about 4 minutes. So no.
You want 5?
And that's cutting out about 6 minutes.
Truly. Most of what I cut out of intern minute is her going, did I say that already? Did you know? Do I? And I'm like, just say it. Did I? Did you? But
wait.
Lee Dawson says, what would you wear for your boy confessional looks?
Ooh.
That might be a fun one.
You just got your boy confessional look.
What?
That new shirt you got.
Oh, I do love that shirt.
Yeah, go get it. Go show
Are you sure?
Yeah, live.
Okay.
This is live. You get to see she literally just got this shirt.
Bitch!
For my boy confessional look, I would, I think it'd be topless.
Maybe that's something we could do for the Patreon, share our boy confessional looks.
Well, people want to see you out of drag, and you keep refusing. So you have to, you look inside yourself. That's something you want for yourself. I would be topless. I'd probably add a nipple or two just to really throw them off. And then a full face of makeup and a wig. That would be my boy confessional look. I would want something just nondescript. I don't think I'd want what Chan's about to show you.
It's a jock strap. I'm kidding. Look. Oh my god, isn't she beautiful? She's fun, she's psychedelic, she's Asian.
Mm-hmm.
But where's she from?
Where's her family? Where her people
where
from?
her people from? Oh yeah. Well, I saw that the girls were reacting when we were spilling a little bit of tea. Should we get a little messy here?
Okay.
Let's get messy. Because this is for the messy queens.
Yeah, so we're messy.
I know what y'all wanted to.
Okay, tell me
I know something.
your most negative experience with a Drag Race queen. And listen, we don't have that many messy queens. So if this ends up on Jake Yonsei, we know it's one of you.
No tagging.
No tagging.
No. You be a mess.
You be nice.
Let me tell you the first rule of being messy. You keep the mess between the messy queens.
Yeah.
You don't pour that onto the
It's like a
sewer.
hoarder. Don't put once your hoard starts spilling outside, the city gets involved.
Let me
But
tell
if
you how the
leave
world
it
works.
inside, you could live with rats for the rest of your life.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 types of queens in the world. There are rats, there are birds, and there are snakes. The messy queens, we are the birds. We sit on the power line, we chirp. As soon as the sun rises, we're chirping. The rats, what they do, they live under the sewers.
They get into it.
They collect that, and then they just carry it around. They behave like rats.
Yeah,
rat
they get
queens.
so involved that you don't want to have anything to do with them, even though they have what you want.
They eat the droppings from birds.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens with that is it gets to the snakes, the evil ones. And when they hear something back from
Taylor Swift writes a song.
Taylor Swift writes a song. So are you a bird, a rat, or snake? Between us birds, don't let the rats hear this.
Yeah, or Taylor Swift. She's got enough on her plate.
Let's see. A queen that I worked with that,
Yeah. Or maybe you've heard tell of.
you know, Miss Gia Gunn. I love her.
That was going to be
She's a
mine.
sickening performer.
That was going to be mine.
She could be a little bit of a diva. She has people waiting on her all the time.
Yeah.
She's kind of using people as devices. She's kind of expecting things.
My only experience with her was pre-transition, and so I like to give her a little bit of a break because that must be really hard to live in that space. It was after she'd been on Drag Race, but before All Stars, and before she had started her transition, at least publicly. And we were it was for the Chicago Pride Fest, which is like the weekend before the Pride Parade. They shut down Halstead, there's a bunch of stages. And so this was years ago when I still thought I was going to be a performer. I don't think I had hosted anything at that point. And it was like Dita, Saya Naomi, Gia Gunn, a bunch of other like Chicago girls at the time, and then like me randomly, and like Debbie Fox. And we had 3 shows that day, and there were 3 trailers. And we had one really small trailer for all the drag queens, because the other trailers were for Jennifer Hudson. Because Jennifer Hudson was going to be performing in between, like, we were kind of like the filler between, like, the headliners. And so so we're all squeezed into this trailer, and, like, really, there's no room to move. There was one queen who was not Gia Gunn, who was being messy as hell. And we have since worked it out, but I was livid of this person. But Gia basically, she took over this giant space, forcing about 6 of us into the same amount of space she had claimed for herself. And then, like, then it starts pouring down rain, and so we can't leave the trailer. So we're all stuck in there together. And instead of, like, making room for people, as like, some of the production people had to come in with us, because they couldn't go into Jennifer Hudson's one, she spread out more. She made even more room for herself. And it was just like, this wasn't right after her season, or maybe it was. I don't know. She wasn't the name that she thought she was, and it was gross. And from that point on, I always had a bad taste in my mouth. But, again, it was pre-transition. I'm sure that's, like, a really hard headspace to live in, especially in like in the public eye. She was just on TV. I'm sure that's really difficult. So
Lee Dawson asks, "Is that when the iconic picture of you was
yes,
yeah,
the Jennifer Hudson picture."
And I want to point out, if you listen to the podcast, Kimchi talks about this day on her episode.
She does.
She does. What did she say?
She just said what a shit show that was, and how it was the worst she's ever been treated by anybody.
Because they held the queens there.
Yeah.
Until it rained out.
It was raining, like, torrential downpours.
Yes.
We're all on our phones. We see that it's not stopping anytime soon. It has been the longest day. It was hot as fuck before. You know when it's hot and it's like, it's about to rain, and it's like a really muggy hot? That's what we were in. And no one would tell us what was going on. That was the thing when, like, Jennifer Hudson's people got there. They wouldn't let us leave for our break. It was supposed to be our dinner break. They wouldn't let us leave because it was a security risk. So then we were stuck in there. Oh, it was horrible.
And the food, they brought in what? A cracker?
They brought in a tray of meats. No crackers, just meat and cheese. That had clearly been sitting out for someone else.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, so it's pouring down rain.
Internated.
We all just desperately want to leave. It's so hot and so awful, and they probably made us wait probably 30, 45 minutes in the trailer as it's pouring down rain until finally they said, okay, you can go. And we're asking, and we asked, like, okay, if we're stuck in here, can we get food? And that's when they brought in that steamy tray of meat. Ooh.
Yikes, that was the Chicago Pride.
Yeah, Shay was there, Kim was there. Yeah, it was a nightmare.
What's your Gia Gunn story?
I don't have a personal Gia Gunn story. I just have heard from other birds that they've worked with her. They've like had a makeup sesh all set up, and they were gonna do it, and they did it for free, and she arrived late, and they didn't really credit her on Instagram. And that, you know what?
Yeah, I've heard that too. To play devil's advocate, I have also heard since All Stars, for some reason, it seemed to have humbled her in certain areas. So I will say, to her credit, I have heard that she has kind of calmed down in some of that, but then I also hear the same stories you hear.
Yeah. I mean, I don't dislike her. I really do enjoy her as an entertainer, and I'm sure she's a really sweet person. But wow, we got a little messy.
I'm not really sure she's a sweet person.
Okay.
I don't know her enough to say that. I enjoy her as a reality TV personality.
Okay,
but it's the same way I enjoy New York. You know, like, she's messy. That's why I enjoy her.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want her to, like, babysit my kids? No.
That part.
That part, yes.
Kristen the Mennonite says, side note, Alexis's Australian accent has ruined how I hear the name Jennifer in my head. My question to you is, what else have I ruined for you two?
Have you ruined?
Yeah.
What has Alexis ruined? Oh, well, my sofa cushions, first of all.
Hello.
I don't know, it's not a discharge. She just leaks a lot. And I don't know what it is. But I've gone through a few couches now.
That's why they call me Nene.
Because she leaking.
Leave.
I think you've ruined my ability to enjoy puns.
I have?
I'm just like I'm like, come on. That's too good. Hold on.
I think she has ruined wigs for me, because she does wigs so well that I don't even attempt to do them myself.
That's very kind. Lee says that's not pee, that's squirt. Have you seen that video?
No.
You have it?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on.
That's not pee,
Also,
that's
Kristen
squirt.
Did you drink Squirt growing up?
No.
No,
Do you remember Squirt?
I was solid Coca-Cola.
We did a day camp in the summers near my house, and the best part of the day camp was it would be July Memphis heat, noon, just 105 degrees in the shade, and then the Squirt truck would arrive, and then they would give us fresh Squirt.
You ready?
Fresh.
Yep. You want to see everything that I did? See, hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you.
Is this you?
A pillow that I used, because these pillows are flat as a door now, and I don't sleep on them no more. So I use them for this.
I'm excited to see your reaction.
So, let me go show you.
Space between your teeth.
You see them stains on there?
Yeah. What is it?
Hey, hard.
JB.
Sammy. You see them stains on there?
Yes. Yes.
See the stains?
Yes.
That's for me.
Okay.
That's squirt. And that's not pee, that's squirt.
She laughed harder than we did.
That's not me, that's squirt. Ew, you nasty bitch.
That's not pee.
That's squirt. You see
People
them stains on there?
have done remixes. Actually, here's one.
Come here, Jimmy.
Let's get it.
See everything that I did?
No, we can't. I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
Alright. Okay.
That stain on there.
Dixie talks a lot. Did her parents not love her?
No, they did not.
Well, there's your answer.
Easily answered. Okay.
You have,
What?
how many siblings do you have? Just one?
I have a twin brother, I have a younger sister, and I have two half brothers that are in their mid-50s. Yeah,
Gross.
yeah. There's a lot darker side to that. I'll tell you when the camera's on. But I did want to ask. You brought this up earlier. We've never talked about this, but we hint at it. Religion. What do you believe in?
I believe in myself.
I
I believe in myself. No, I was raised Buddhist, so we would go to the temple. We'd sit, we'd meditate. We'd let the
So sorry.
we'd let the thoughts of the day go in and out, and we'd breathe in.
Really?
3, 4.
You really were raised Buddhist?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, that's cool.
We'd go to the temple. We'd give our offerings. We'd a bowl of mangoes. We put it up in the shrine. We'd have a picture of our ancestors. We pray into an incense.
Did you truly believe in that at one point?
I did.
And then you just stopped?
I really did believe in like my ancestors watching over me. I did believe.
That's a sweet belief though. Buddhism seems very kind and peaceful.
It is.
Am I wrong?
It is. It's connected to you mentally, like making sure your mental health is.
Stop.
She's licking her foot. She can't lick her feet. You lick your feet all the time.
That's why I have fungus.
Oh. But yes.
What do you believe now?
Right now I believe in practicing self-care. That's what I believe in. I believe in drinking alcohol to celebrate the good times. And I believe in being there for my friends when they need me. That's what I believe in.
I need to call on you more often.
Oh, she's screaming for help.
Speaking of calling on
Yeah.
you, Dee Dee says, can you guys give any genuine advice for coming out to your parents?
Oh no, we are not the right people to ask.
Mm.
In this day and age, I would just send them a quick group text with a lot of emojis.
Genuine advice. Genuine advice.
I mean, it depends on your situation.
Mhm.
I think the most general advice I can give without knowing everything, JB, honestly, I think it's time we put her down.
Put her
There's
down.
just no other way.
Well, me and Tam need more wine. Why don't I take her out and you give genuine advice?
Okay. I think the most genuine advice I can give is it's your time frame. Like, you don't have to come out until you feel safe and ready to do it.
Absolutely.
People don't understand, like, when I was growing up, it was very much understood that, like, it's a safety issue if you're outed. But, like, people think that now gay marriage is legal, everything's fine. That's just not the case. So if you don't feel safe, if you feel that your friends, your family, your entire situation is reliant on that, do not come out until you are ready. Don't feel pressured to. Don't feel like you're missing out on something. You gotta survive before you can thrive.
And if you are in a situation where you can do that, you can just be as subtle as you want. You can be like, so this is my
You can't,
partner.
Yeah.
This is who I'm dating. And just be really happy with it. And I feel like from a parent's point of view, a very good parent would be like, okay, my child is very happy with this person. I should be very happy.
Did you come out? What did you do? How old were you?
I was 21, and it was kind of pulled out of me than it was me coming out to them. I was in a car, and I was driving, and we were going to the post office, and we were talking about like Kris Jenner. No.
Okay.
Right. And not Kris Jenner.
Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner, sorry. We're talking about Caitlyn Jenner and transgender bathroom rights. And I was being very defensive, and Mom was like, you're being really defensive. Like, is there something that you want to tell me? And I told her that I was gay, and she cried. I was like, okay. So
I
would
usually
just
wait
let
till
her
I
have a
get
moment.
to the post office to cry.
Well, that's what I did. When I got to the post office, I dropped the package off, and I wept in a corner.
Yeah.
And
they just said,
And then
go
like,
to the weeping corner, please.
go to the weeping corner. Look, everyone at the post office is already crying because mail
Yeah.
is horrendous.
So it's a bad
It's
system.
a bitch.
It's a bad system. It needs to be privatized.
But they're over it now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You never have to come out to your dad? Your mom did it for you?
My mom was literally on the phone with my dad when I was in the post office. She was like, you won't believe this. Sis, the son is gay. And my dad was like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it when he gets home.
Well, I came out 10 years before that, and it was horrible. I was like 19. I was living, I'd come back home for the summer. I was working at a day camp for kids with special needs while I was in college. And I had a long-term, long-distance boyfriend because that's all I knew. And we would write, like, letters to each other, you know? And so I hid his letters in a backpack, in a ripped pocket, inside another pocket, in my backpack, under a bunch of stuff in the back of my closet. And so I came home from camp one day.
Wanakiki.
My mom, Camp Wanakiki had just shut down due to lice. And I came home, and my mom clearly had been crying. And something told me I knew. Like, I knew something. And so I was like, hi. And she goes, I cleaned your room. And I was like, okay. And it was a moment I dreaded my entire life. And I thought I would go running, screaming, you know? But instead, I was so angry at her. Like, I was angry that she did that she went searching. I was angry that she was angry at me for her actions. And I was like, okay. And she goes, I found the letters. And I said, okay. Do you have something you want to say? And she goes, we raised you better than that. I'm not going to tell your dad because it'll literally kill him. I'm disgusted. And like, just like all the things that like bigots say to gay people, my mother was saying to me as she started to weep and just like, yeah. So I was like, that was not good. She went to the like ex-gay conferences. She bought me a book called You Don't Have to Be Gay, which I still have because it's hilarious. It's a man standing behind some blinds.
A gay man.
Looking through blinds. And I was like, that's the gayest thing in the world.
Right.
But yeah, she eventually got over it, and now, I mean, not over it. I mean, yeah, we're good now. But, and then I kept a live journal for just friends that knew I was gay, and my sister found it, and she sent it to my brother, and then my sister wrote me a letter. And basically same thing. She said, you don't have to do this, and then she quoted a bunch of Bible verses. And then she said, I get what you're going through. I went to a party once, and I drank a beer, so I understand. Yeah, so I still have that letter because it's so funny. She, again...
You should bring it up so she can cringe about it.
Oh, I have. She's apologized, but I think it's so funny. And then a year later, my dad, who I thought would be, like, the worst about it. He's such a homophobic racist. He goes... It was Christmas Eve. He came and sat down on my bed, and he was like, we need to talk about your sexuality. And I was like, ooh.
Ew.
And I was like, okay. And he goes, are you gay? And I was like, yes. And he goes, okay, well, I love you. Why didn't you tell me? And I was like, well, Dad, between the fudge packer and butt pirate jokes, it was really hard to find the time. And he was like, I get it. I understand. I'm sorry. And we got along great for a few years. And now something changed.
Oh, friends with your dad?
Yeah, we were really close right after I came out, and now he's like super homophobic and racist.
Still?
Oh yeah, we don't talk anymore.
Two things. I also came out in the car to my parents. It was Father's Day. Also,
oh no!
Bad day.
Also, my mom used to clean my room too and go sniffing all the time. She's cool now, but I was super angry about that. Dee Dee says that was actually really helpful. Thank you so much.
Aw.
Let
us know how it goes if you do decide to do it.
Yeah.
If not, live your dream.
Byside says my parents literally did the same thing to me, Dixie. I'm still mad about it. Such an invasion of privacy. And then he said gag at her sister. LMAO.
Yeah, that was when I was 19, and my mom came to visit me, was it 2 years ago? Remember the big blowout? She came to visit me, and we were fine, and I had just been working through it in therapy. I was 33, happened when I was 19, and I got so angry once we started talking about it, like bringing it up, and she was like, I didn't do anything wrong, I didn't know any better, that I kicked her out of my house. I made her go stay in a hotel. I still feel really guilty about that because she was crying. She really didn't understand, but it's not something you get over easily.
Mm-hmm.
This was almost 15 years later, and I was still like seething with anger about it. Anyway, so then I just killed a drifter, and I feel great.
Good. You know what? Anger is a very important emotion to hold on to. People are like, you need to be more calm. You need to be...
Well, not hold on to. You shouldn't hold on to your anger. That's death.
Well, you shouldn't hold on. Well,
if you hold on to your anger, your makeup ends up looking like this. Don't be mad about that.
I can't be. How can I be? I don't have lashes on.
It's funny, as we're doing this, I keep forgetting it's live because I keep thinking of where I'm going to edit the quick cuts. Like, I was like, oh, that's a
Your
good
brain
quick
is on
cut.
you're a machine at this point.
For those of you who don't know, I edit all the videos.
You're a machine.
It's my comedic voice. But as we're doing it, I'm like, oh, that's a good quick cut.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, or you'll say edit that out.
Yeah.
You haven't said anything crazy.
I
this
think,
live stream yet.
can I tell you, now I don't want to be controversial, but I think I've never had a close friend or a good friend or someone I see regularly that is as young as you are.
Mm-hmm.
And you are a part of a community that is very much different from what I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot more social awareness in you than there was in my community growing up. So I think you've helped me, if I'm being honest. I think you've helped me. I think you've helped me be more conscious and more aware of
the realities of the world.
Of the realities of the world we're in now. It was a very different world I grew up in.
Yeah.
I think the world has changed for the better for the most part, a lot more quickly than it did when
You know
I was
what it
growing
is?
up.
It's you grew up in a generation where television was like introduced. So
we all worked at chocolate factories and it came out too fast, so we had to eat them.
So consuming a message
Yeah.
was just right there. You were just like, okay, that's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm consuming.
Yeah.
I think our generation, we had the internet boom.
We didn't really have much of the internet when I was growing up.
Are you for real?
Yeah, we had AIM, but like the entire family would share one computer.
Mm-hmm.
You like, if you loved an actor, the best thing you could do was go to the library and find a GeoCities site that had that actor's picture on it. And then you'd pay 10 cents to print out one of the pages of the pictures. Like, the internet was just not accessible.
The internet is exposing the truth, and people like me love it. Oh, I love it.
It's
I love
also
the Nancy
exposing
Drew
a lot
about.
of just grossness too.
It
Let's
is.
be honest.
Well, it's exposing the reality of the
I
world.
will say
There's a lot of
that
grossness
you
out
are very conscious of you're very socially aware and you're a very kind and conscious person. However, you're also pretty practical and logical. You're really easy to talk to. When we talk
Really?
about these kind yeah.
Good.
Because like when Chan comes over before we film, we usually spend a good half hour chatting beforehand, and we'll chat about how crazy the Chicago Twitter scene can be.
No.
And truly, I get to see both sides, and I get to see like, okay, maybe there was something I didn't fully understand.
Mhm.
But then on the other end, you'll say, well, yeah, I'm aware of this, and I think this is right, but also I think there's a better way to go about it.
Yeah.
There's a balance.
I think people immediately cringe when we start to have those conversations, or when the conversation is brought up, like, oh God, we're talking about political correctness. Oh God, we're talking about respect and like human decency. We should not have that kind of judgmental attitude when it comes to talking about like the oppressed people.
Yeah.
Or people that don't have a voice, because they never get a chance to have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, they live their entire lives being the victim, not realizing that they are the victim. It's their entire experience that this is their world. Like, oh, we have to suffer, we have to work hard. This is just the realities of life. When in reality, there's someone pressing their thumb on you. These rich folks. That's the tea, honey. We have to start getting angry, and that's why, you know, being angry is an emotion that you shouldn't cling on to. But I think anger is what drives change. There are angry people in Hong Kong right now that are marching in these streets trying to say, look, we're trying to be our own.
I just listened to This American Life. I know this is going to sound very like leftist white American, but I didn't know everything that was going on. And if you don't know everything that's going on with Hong Kong and China right now, This American Life, I think it was last week, did an entire episode that really put it into, what do you call it?
Fruition.
Like into an easily digestible thing.
Mhm.
It's sad what's happening.
It's
really
terrible.
sad.
There's a lot of things to be angry about.
Terrifying.
And leading into 2020, I think, for November at least, be the angriest you could ever be, because anger is going to be what drives people to the pole. Because you only leave a review for a company when you're angry.
You Yelp when you're angry.
You only leave a comment on a YouTube video
you only vote
when you're angry.
When you're angry.
You only vote when you're angry. So let anger drive you, ma'am. Hello.
But on the flip side, because I am an old white man, so I have to give my opinion.
Now,
be angry with the people who you need to be angry with.
You need to be angry, right?
Don't, when allies make missteps, talk to them.
Absolutely.
Don't berate them and try to cancel them.
For sure.
They're allies. Their intentions are good. I hope.
I hope so too.
Okay, we need to wrap this up. It's
Yes.
been an hour.
You raised your hand.
Is there anything else? Any other comments we need to review?
No.
Thank you, Alexis.
Thank
Do you
you,
have an
Alexis.
intern minute?
Yeah, can I tell
I'll
my
swap
coming
it.
out story real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, it was Father's Day.
That is the worst
No, I
setup.
want you. I always leave. I want you in
Okay,
here.
okay.
Always. It was Father's Day. I remember I was 27 because that was the year that I was 7707. I would have been 27.
I love that shit.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I am going to. Oh no, that was when I was gonna lose my virginity. Okay, never mind.
What? At 27?
I lost my virginity when I was 27. Yeah. I waited a long time.
This explains so much. Wait, really?
Well, I grew up in.
Was it right
I
after you
grew
came
up
out
in a
to your
Church
dad?
of Christ.
Something happened?
No, I lived before that. I grew up
Daddy,
in a Church
I'm
of
gay.
Christ. Don't
He's like,
tell him.
I know, son.
Don't tell him. No, but when I did come out, it was Father's Day, and for Father's Day, we went to see Cirque du Soleil. And on the way home, I was like, all right, because I always said I was never going to come out until I could, A, afford to live by myself without my parents' help, and B, I would never come out to them unless I was dating someone I thought it would be serious.
Okay.
Because it's like, it's none of their business until it's serious. So I was dating this guy, and I said, hey, okay, you know that thing that we never talk about, but we all know to be true? Because they had found
Yeah.
things.
So many
Because my mom
dildos.
would clean my room all the time.
Oh.
Anyway, they were like, what do you mean? I was like, well, it's that I'm gay. And they were like, "Ugh, yeah. And I was like, well, we're not ignoring it anymore. So, like, if you have feelings about it, make them known.
Make them queer you.
That's good.
Thank you.
Anyway, it ended up being fine. It was a little hard for a second. But
Now
it
your
ended up
mom's
being
a
fine.
major P-flag
Now my mom, she's not P-flag, she's a mama bear.
She's a mama bear.
Yeah. My mom is really, really great. And
Your mom
we
had the
don't deserve
reaction
her.
I wanted my mom to have.
And I honestly, I think that your mom might if your dad wasn't such a jerk face.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just seeing your mom make such a. The thing that I think is so refreshing about your Debbie versus my Debbie, both of our moms.
Both our
names
moms,
are
and we
Debbie.
both have Aunt Brenda's. I just realized
And we have
today.
Aunt Brenda.
I have two actually.
I have an Aunt Brenda and an Aunt Linda. Aunt Linda has never driven a car, and every time she talks, it sounds like she's crying. This is what Aunt Linda sounds like. Hi, how are you, Drew?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that's charming.
Yeah.
Actually.
She's never driven a car. Anyway, but yeah, I wanted my mom. Your mom's turnaround is not only supportive of you, but it's the mama bear attitude of the apology and protect. And I wanted that from my mom.
Well,
I
now
wanted my
she feels
mom
guilty.
to I wanted my mom to feel guilty. I wanted her to apologize and then protect. And it took me screaming and crying and kicking her out of my house for her to finally hear how much it had hurt that she apologized. But it was that apology of, I'm sorry, but I can't change the past. No, don't put the but on it. Just
That's
say
not
like,
an apology.
fuck, I'm sorry, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so, fuck you, Debbie. Happy Debbie.
How about on an up note?
That part. That part.
That part. How about let's leave my intern minute on a positive note.
Love that.
I went to a wedding yesterday. I went to a wedding, and it was a wedding between two lovely people. Who one is very much. They're both in the theater, so they're both like pro LGBT people. They happen to be. And one is a gay icon, Kathleen. She is actually the one. IMHL, maybe you might remember. She gave me Jennifer Lopez
Jennifer
She is the one who taught me about Jennifer Lopez. And she
Wait.
got-
You went to Kathleen Gibson's wedding?
Yeah.
That was the wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, bitch.
I didn't get a +1, otherwise I would have obviously invited
Oh,
you.
okay. I was about to rip your wig off.
I would never have
love
not
them
gone with her.
so much.
She is so wonderful, and her husband
No,
now
her husband
is an amazing person,
pianist,
amazing singer. I don't think he's a pianist.
Yes, he is. Doesn't he play the piano?
She plays the pianist. She plays the piano.
Oh, I
He
think
might-
it's because I
but
automatically put
but
the
he
man
has
first,
a
you
fucking
know?
amazing voice.
Yeah, and he's
She
so
has an
nice.
amazing voice. She can do a split. I actually bet another guest that I was sitting by at dinner $5 that she would do the split, but her dress was a mermaid. It was stunning.
Yeah.
She didn't do the split. But she had gorgeous Baba Boom hair. I'm going to try to recreate in a wig. It was a beautiful wedding, and I honestly get really nervous. As Dixie mentioned earlier, I don't really like to be seen outside of drag right now. But I went, and I had a great time. And it was lovely to see love. I would have invited you.
I
tried not to go. I actually ran into her and I said, I want to give you the gift of not having to invite me. Weddings are expensive. You don't have to do it.
That was so nice.
But then I think she took it as.
Are you watching the video right now, Chan?
Yes.
All right, we gotta go.
All right,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
All right,
Jen, get in
thank
here
you.
for that.
Okay. Oh my god, how long does this
I like to
stream?
It's been like over an hour. We
Bitch,
gotta go.
get 65 minutes. Kiss my ass, all 10 people watching.
Okay, thank you so much for being a messy queen. Of course, this will be archived, and you will be able to watch this many, many days from now. Oh god, my battery's dying.
No, this was a fun first live
It was a fun,
stream.
yeah. It's like our first show was shitty quality, so we're keeping it the same. So of course we love you all. We love our Mennonites. We love our BBC employees.
We love Arlie Dawson.
We love everybody.
We love.
So if you loved this so much, please don't tell anyone because we really don't need
That's
this getting
fucked
out.
up.
Yeah, we don't need this getting out. Be a bird.
Be a bird.
Don't be a rat, and don't be a Taylor Swift.
Be a bird.
You got it? All right, bye.
Peace and love.